Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Boggs fan, and it is time for another top 10 PSA sales of vintage cards on eBay, this time for the month of October. Now, in the past, my top 10 lists have basically consisted of any card made from 1980 or older that would make the top 10 list. And more often than not, a bunch of 1950 cards would make the list, some maybe from the 30s, some Gaudies or whatever, but I wanted to give the cards from the 60s and 1970s their fair shake. So I have done 3 top 10 lists. So I have a top 10 list of eBay card sales, PSA graded cards for the 1950s, and a separate top 10 list of the cards from the 1960s, and finally a third top 10 list of the cards from 1970. Now, the top 10 list from the 1950s are going to have your usual suspects. There's going to be some Mantles and Mazes, just based on the nature of some of those cards from the early 50s. They're bound to make the top 10 list. Once you get into the 1960s, there are some few interesting cards that made the top 10 list for October. But when you get to the 1970s, some very interesting cards that made the top 10 list and some real bangers. So let's just turn the camera around here and let's get to the list. So we're going to start off with the top 10 from the 1950s. And coming in at number 10 is this really nice 1952 Topps Jackie Robinson in a PSA 4. This was a best offer, and it sold for $16,888. Really nicely centered. Looks like a nice coloring. I'm not sure what gave it a 4. Probably the corners. It doesn't look like there are any creases, but really nice example of that 52 Jackie Robinson. So coming in at number 9 is the 1950 Bowman Jackie Robinson. This one is in a sharp PSA 7. This was an auction, 27 bids, and final strike price was $17,100. Now, if I could make some sort of commentary here, as a seller, if you're going to have a card of this caliber put up on eBay, please take it out of the plastic sleeve, get some better lighting, take some better pictures. I mean, I've seen some common Boggs cards that have better pictures of the card than this one right here. So sellers, and there's a couple examples here that you're going to find. These are the best pictures. These are the ones that came from the sales page on eBay. And I don't know. If I'm gonna invest now, you say, well, John, it's a PSA 7, so you should know. Well, if you know that not all PSA 7s or PSA 5s are the same, they may have some slight differences in them. I don't know. To me, if you're going to put that card up for sale, just present it a lot better than that. That's just my 2 cents. Okay, back to the top 10 list. All right, coming in at number 8 is a really nice 51 Bowman Willie Mays rookie card, PSA 5. Little off center, left to right, but overall a nice looking example of that card. This one was also at auction. 3 bids. Winning bidder was $18,200. Number 7. Oh, what a gorgeous card. 1954 Topps Hank Aaron rookie card, PSA 7. A little off left to right, but other than that, a really sharp looking card. I can see on the back maybe one corner, has just a little bit of a ding to it, that upper right corner there, but my goodness, what a sharp looking card. Great color. 2 bids. The winning bidder won it for $18,600. All right, number 6. Again, probably could have been a better picture. This one was a best offer, and the seller decided to take the offer of $19,000 on this. Now, I would like to know in the comments, this is the first time, if you notice the back of the card, there's a sticker on it from Card Score. I'm not sure who they are, what that company is, but it's almost like it's a secondary grader of the graded card, and their estimation of the four aspects, the corners, the surface, the centering, and the edges. I've never seen a card, especially a vintage card, like this. It looks like they gave it higher marks on centering, lowest marks probably on the surface. I don't know. This is just a little strange for me that someone slapped on a sticker. Granted, it has the PSA serial number, so you know it's associated with that card. But I don't know if that gives, if they thought that they would get more for it because it has those qualifying numbers. But you know, if it's on a scale of 100, they're giving this thing a 41, which would be a 4, yet it's a PSA 3. Maybe it's a way to say, hey, this is undergraded. I don't know what's going on here. So if any of you know what this card score is, would love to know in the comments. But overall, sharp looking 51 Bowman Mantle in a 3. Obviously there are some problems with it, and again, you can't, it's really hard to tell based on the quality of the pictures taken for that listing, but someone must have wanted it for $19,000. All right, number 5, we have the 1956 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 8. Sharp looking card. Again, if there's anything wrong with it, maybe slightly off left to right, maybe some discoloration again on the overall registry of the front of the card, but someone listed it for $20,000. Buy it now, and someone scooped it up. So great looking 56 Topps Mickey Mantle coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, another example of just the photography there. I guess you can see the aspects of the card. You know, it's a high quality in terms of detail image, but again, I'm sure they were trying to get the glare, you know, any type of glare away from the surfaces and stuff. But it's the 52 Topps Willie Mays in a PSA 8, obviously off center. If this wasn't with the qualifier, it probably may have been a 6. It was the best offer, sold for $22,000. Now, my personal opinion, again, this is just me. Even if I had that type of money, I probably would have skipped on this card. To me, the centering is so far off that to me it just loses the eye appeal. What I hate, again, personally, this is just me, is the first thing that I see in the card is not the player or whatever, is the centering. And with 52 Topps, when you get a card that's fairly off center, it's really noticeable because of the fairly thick borders on all 4 sides. But hey, it's still a 1952 Topps Willie Mays, technically in an 8, even though it does have that qualifier of off center, and it sold for $22,000. Number 3, okay, here's where we get into the usual suspects here. We got your first 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle. This was in a PSA 1. As you can see here, there's a big crease right across his face. I'm not sure what's going down sort of the right side of his face there. It doesn't look like they're creases. I don't know if that's tape. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that, but the centering is really nice, and overall color of the card is really nice as well. So if you're happy with some creases and you don't mind it going across the face, obviously there were a lot of bids, 101 bids, and the final price was $30,200. Coming in at number 2, yes, we have another 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle. This one is in a PSA 2. Now, other than some, you get that snowy surface, you know, some of the scraping, some color loss. Is not as bright as that other PSA 1. This was a best offer that sold for $38,500. In my mind, that's a pretty sharp looking 2. And number 1. The number 1 card from the 1950s that sold on eBay in October. Yes, you called it. Another 52 Topps Mickey Mantle. This one is in a PSA 5. Now, there were 169 bids on this card. Final strike price was $83,101. Again, if I had that type of money, I would, personally, I'd go for this PSA 2. I know maybe the colors aren't as good. You got some snowing again on that PSA 2. But to me, the centering of that PSA 2 versus the centering of that PSA 5, and for the difference, you're talking $3,500, something like that, or $35,000 for that amount of difference. Again, personally, if I had the money, I'd buy that PSA 2 over the PSA 5. But then again, I don't have that type of money to play around anyway, so what does it matter? All right, so there is the top 10 from the 1950s. So let's take a look at the top 10 sales in October from the 1960s. Coming in at number 10, oh, a gorgeous 1961 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 8.5. Not much wrong with that. I get maybe on the back a little off center. It looks really sharp on the front. Good coloring. The 61 Topps Mantle, you got those sort of like rosy cheeks showing there on Mantle, and that's very prevalent. In this example here, 36 bids, final sale price was $8,350. Coming in at number 9, you have a really nice 1962 Topps Willie Mays in a PSA 8. This card is always hard because of the wood border. You get some chipping, or you know, the imperfections are really easy to point out. This was a best offer, sold for $8,500. Really nice Willie Mays card. Coming in at number 8, this is a card after my own heart. The 1968 Topps Karya Stremski in a gem mint 10. I'm not sure. I forgot to write down what the actual listing price here. Actually, I did have it here. Looks like it was. Nope, I don't. Yeah, I do have it. I guess the seller wanted listed at $15,000, and someone got him down to $9,000, and I guess accepted that offer. You can't say more about a PSA 10. PSA 10s are meant to be pretty perfect. Again, not totally perfect. There is some wiggle room, but that is one nice looking Karya Stremski card. All I'm looking for is a PSA 7. Don't need a 10, but that sold for $9,000. Coming in at number 7, 1964 Topps Mickey Mantle in an 8. Mine is lucky to be a 1, but this one's an 8 here. Best offer, sold for $9,100. Not too much is wrong on that card. Number 6, you have the 1960 Topps Mickey Mantle. Again, PSA 8. Sharp looking card. A little off, maybe left to right. But those corners look razor sharp. And so probably centering is the only thing that dropped this down to, you know, maybe from a 9. Oh, I don't see what else could have prevented it from even being a 10 other than maybe that centering on the front. The back looks nice and clean as well. This was another best offer that the seller accepted $9,200. All right, number 5. We have the Nolan Ryan rookie card from 1968 Topps. This is a PSA 8. Again, I'm sure the seller was trying to, you know, remove some of the glare from their camera or whatever. But it always strikes me as odd that when a listing has a card on an angle, To me, if you have a card on a certain angle, it may try to, based on the illusion of it, maybe trying to make it look a little bit more centered than it is, that depth perception and all that stuff. But I don't think anything's going wrong here. It's a PSA 8. This was a buy it now. Someone liked the price for $9,250. Here's another PSA 8 Nolan Ryan. So the same as number 5 there. Yep, that was a PSA 8 as well. So back-to-back PSA 8 Nolan Ryan rookie cards. This one was a buy it now and sold for $10,000. So within 1 month, we had 2 PSA 8 Nolan Ryan rookie cards. Looks like that guy got a bargain at $92.50. This one, if anything, looks a little bit more off center than that one there. So whoever got the $9,250 PSA 8, in my opinion, did very well. Again, $10,000 for a normal PSA 8 Nolan Ryan, I guess is good, I guess, if you have the money. And yep, that came in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have Lou Brock's rookie card. And again, just taking a look at the photograph, it just, I don't know, takes away from what I'm sure is an amazing looking card. PSA 9 of Brock's rookie card from 1962. Again, that wood border hides a lot of imperfections, and there must not be a lot in this one. Looks like it's very well centered, front and back, sharp corners. This was the best offer, $10,300 for Lou Brock's rookie card. Number 2, another Nolan Ryan rookie card from 1968, another PSA 8, and again, best offer, $10,500. So in 1 month, we've seen 3 sales, $9,250, $10,000, and $10,500. This one, the off-centering is more prevalent on the back. Front looks comparable maybe to the others. I guess it's just timing. And when you go on to eBay and make your offer, and if the seller is willing to sell for what you're offering, but this one came in at number 2 on the top 10 list at $10,500. All right, the number 1 PSA graded card from the 1960s on eBay for October is another 1961 Topps Mickey Mantle. So we have bookends here. We got number 10 at the 1961 Topps Mickey Mantle. And that one is, if I'm not mistaken, let me go back here quickly. I forget it was, okay, so that was an 8.5 for $8,350. So we got $20,000 for a half a grade higher. Interesting spread there between the 8.5 and the 9. Personally, I think the guy with that picked up the 8.5 got a really good deal. Because if you look at that, you would probably be hard pressed to identify the difference between that 8.5 and the 9. Again, both of these sold. This was a best offer, $20,000 for the 9. Was it less than $8,500? Now that was an auction for the 8.5. So interesting top 10 list there from the 1960s. All right, now's a good time to remind everyone that, hey, if you like this video, would appreciate hitting that thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, would appreciate you subscribing to the channel. All right, let's get to the top 10 list of the 1970s. Coming in at number 10, a gorgeous, perfect PSA 10 1972 Topps Thurman Munson in action. This was an auction, 19 bids. Final strike price was $3,172. Now, again, I mentioned not all PSA grades are the same, and PSA 10s doesn't mean it's absolutely perfect. just my eye there, just ever so slightly off center, left to right, but definitely, in my opinion, worthy of a 10. Those corners look really sharp. Great registry and color on the front, good centering on the back. So this one came in at number 10, and there's actually a tie for number 10. What also sold for $3,172 is this 1979 Topps Jim Palmer, another PSA 10. It's going to be a common theme here from the 1970s. This PSA 10, again, had 3 bids and sold for $3,172. These 1979 Topps cards, notorious for having a diamond centering to them. In fact, some of them have, like the Ozzie Smith, Willie Stargell, I know, is one of them as well. Dave Winfield, because I'm trying to go after some of them. Very common to have a diamond centering to get this Jim Palmer in a PSA 10. I don't know what the population is, but my guess is it's pretty low to have a card from 1979 go for over $3,000 and not be an Ozzie Smith rookie card. All right, number 9. Here's a very interesting card. It's the 1970 Topps National League Strikeout Leader card, but it's a PSA 10. And those that are either maybe Fergie Jenkins collectors, Bob Gibson collectors, probably looking at doing some registry, PSA registry run to pick up a PSA 10 from 1970. There were 25 bids. Sale price of $3,280. I told you the 1970s are going to be interesting here. Coming in at number 8, we have another PSA 10, the 1977 Topps Pete Rose. Now, I've been trying to get this 77 Rose. All I want is a PSA 7. And even the 7s just seem ridiculously high. But then again, I see this PSA 10 selling for $3,654. 46 bids, a lot of interest in it. Again, either Rose collectors, PSA registry set builders for either Pete Rose or 77 Topps set really went after this card and pushed it over $3,600, and that's number 8 on the list. Number 7, we have, and again, terrible picture for the listing. Thank goodness for the black border, or it would be really hard to see the detail of this card. But it is the 1971 Topps Thurman Munson PSA 8. Really sharp card, good centering, maybe off top to bottom, but the left to right on these 71 Munsons is what really is hard to find. It more often than not, it's a very thin border on the right hand side. Maybe that's how it was on the sheet when it was cut primarily, but this one's almost perfect left to right. No doubt there were 58 bids and it sold for $1 over $3,750, coming in at number 7. All right, number 6. We have the 1975 Topps George Brett in a PSA 9. Again, for my collection, I would hope someday to have a 7. But there were 29 bids on this, pushed the price up to $6,300. Sharp looking 75 Brett. Those 75s, again, are ones that suffer from the diamond centering. This card looks to have it slightly. Just, again, my eye, the top part is off a little bit to the left versus the bottom. But you really got to look at it to notice it. Really sharp card. No doubt that's why I got the PSA 9 grade, $6,300. All right, number 5. We have another PSA 10, the 1973 Topps Steve Carlton. I think I want to say I picked up a PSA 7 not too long ago. Maybe spent $30 for it. And of course, going from the 7 to a 10, I don't know what the population of 10 is. Can't imagine it's too high. But even the back, though, the back looks, I don't know. To me, I don't know what the range is with PSA on the back. I think they give a little bit more leeway on the back. The front looks perfect. The back, that left to right centering, I don't know. But regardless, PSA 10, 36 bids, $6,527. Number 4, again, terrible photography on the card. This is one where, again, that angled shot of the card just makes me think that they're trying to hide the difference in the left and right border. But it's a PSA 9, so PSA 9s, you can't have too much off centering for it to be a PSA 9. So I guess, you know, you take the grading for what it's worth. But really nice example of the 73 Schmidt rookie, 27 bids, $7,100. And again, on the back, a little, you know, that almost has the same left to right as that Steve Carlton. So not sure what the difference is between that and the, you know, the 9 and the 10 there, but yeah, I don't know. Number 3 is yet another PSA 10, and this one is Fred Lynn. Not a Hall of Famer, but a great baseball player. His rookie card, again, probably someone going after the PSA registry. PSA 10 rookie of Fred Lynn, 98 bids, $9,900. Again, I didn't look up the pop. My guess is it's a really low pop for PSA 10 from 1975. Can't say much more about it. Great looking card. Great Red Sox player. $9,900. All right, number 2. Another Schmidt rookie. Another PSA 9. This one went for $9,950. This was a best offer. So again, going back, $7,100 at an auction versus $9,950 best offer. Same month. It's amazing how some of these vintage cards, even in a given month, between an auction, buy it now, best offer, same grade, maybe some slight differences in the grade, but again, this looks like a really sharp 9. Now this one, the centering on the back looks better than that other one. Is it worth that much more of a price? I don't know, but this one sold for just under $10,000. All right, the number 1 card from the 1970s sold on eBay in October is another PSA 10, and this one is of Reggie Jackson, the 1972 O-Pee-Chee version of this card. Again, I don't know what the pop is, but from 1972, I can't imagine there are many more 10s out there. This is the best offer, $10,000. I just don't know how you can go wrong with that Reggie Jackson card. Third year card. PSA 10 is the O-Pee-Chee version. Again, maybe someone going for the Reggie Jackson run, one of the O-Pee-Chee version. Again, you get that PSA registry factoring in there as well. Best offer. Let me see if I can find out what the seller had it listed for $12,500, and they accepted 10 grand. So there you have it. My top 10 list of the 1950s, 60s, and 70s for the sales on eBay for the month of October. Would love some of the comments, feedback on some of these cards that made the list. Do you think they sold for more than they should have? What bargains did you see were out there? General thoughts on the cards in the list. That's all I have for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.